Hello, this is my fourth video journal, and I'm sad that we're coming to an end. This was really one of my favorite classes this semester, and well, out of three, but it really was. I learned so much, and it's given me a chance to really reflect on my culture and the culture of others, and just explore topics that we don't necessarily think about every day. Not last week, but the week before, I had a really interesting experience with the videos. The first video was on GLBT community, which I'm pretty familiar with after working in housing. That's just something that we talk about all the time. and I'm really comfortable with that, and it's a topic that I feel passionately about. In fact, when I think about, social justice, that's an area that I could definitely see myself working in, is working for the rights of the GLBT community. I feel it's almost like, I guess, maybe the civil rights struggle of our time. I don't know if comparing it to that's right, but it's a huge topic today, and something that we're still so behind on, is giving them rights. The second video was the Jewish Americans, and that one was interesting because my dad's family is actually Jewish, and although I wasn't raised in a family that even talked a lot about religion, it was interesting to hear about my history, and that was something that the people who were interviewed, that was a huge cultural value for them, was understanding where they come from and passing on that story and that history to their children. I'm sad that I don't really know much about the history of my family on that side. I guess on both sides of my family, it's just something that we haven't really talked about. I don't know much about Hawaiian history or about Jewish history. It's terrible. I need to fix that. That was another thing with the videos, the Arab Americans. I don't know much about Arab American community. This was a really eye-opening video for me, and I'm happy that we spoke a lot about Arab Americans when we talk about post 9/11 and everything that's happened after that, and the way that it affects people who are of Arab descent here in the United States. It's a topic too that we really need to start exploring on campuses. This week I spoke with Dr. Linda Fade Capers, who's in charge of the Multicultural Center at Duke, and we're doing a cross-institute presentation on multicultural centers for our student development class, Dr. Ting's class. And something that she said really resonated with me, is the more diversity that we have on a campus, the more there's more work that needs to be done. Basically, with more diversity, there's going to be more misunderstandings, more miscommunications, and we need to work hard in our programming and in our language, teacher training, etc., to bridge the gaps between the cultures to help foster mutual understanding. And it was also interesting because they have a series of lectures called Race Speaks, and so they had students of Arab descent come in the other week and talk about how race has affected their experience in the United States. Listening to the Arab American stories, they had such strong ties to their family and to their history and their religion and their culture, and it just made me think, if you were to ask me, what are my cultural values? At first I really struggled, and it's still something I struggle with because of my mixed race descent, also because I've lived all over the country and the world now. I mean, not all over, but in a significant amount of places, and everywhere is so different and so unique. I feel like I'm just taking little bits and pieces from each culture that I live in. So I guess my values are relationships, love, family, close ties with nature, friendship, loyalty, I guess, independence. So I don't know if I could speak for all of the Hawaiian community or all of the white community, but those are mine. And I guess when it comes down to it, every person is going to interpret their own identity in different ways and their own values in different ways, no matter if, no matter what race you are. Also, when I was talking to Dr. Capers from Multicultural Center, she had sent over some files on a campaign that Latinos had done on campus to break stereotypes. And one of the posters really made me think. It was a poster that said, it's not, something to the effect of, it's not bad if I don't claim my Hispanic heritage. And I was like, well, isn't that bad? Why aren't you proud of that? But when it comes down to it, everyone can interpret their own identity in different ways, and they relate to whatever they feel inside. And I guess that's just the never-ending question of identity development, is what do you feel inside? And this is something that, unless we start having these conversations, I don't know if people really begin analyzing that, unless there's a significant event that makes them realize that, oh, I'm different than other people. So I think, I used to think I wanted to work with international students, but maybe there is some, areas within the United States, within multicultural centers to work, and there's still a lot of work to be done to help others get to know one another and help them understand each other and where they come from. So this is it. This is the end of my video journal. There's definitely still questions that linger, but it's up to me to really find the answers to them. So thank you for this class. Very interesting.